Let me tell you the basics. pH 7.35, 7.45. You will have the values given in your exam. You don't have to memorize it at all. Still, if you want, you can. Partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Remember 4 to 6. Remember kilopascal. Kilopascal. Okay, guys, remember kilopascal. Partial pressure of O2 just up to 8. Not important right now. We will not talk about that. See, these three things you have to remember. So let's define everything. What do we do on step 1? Whenever you get a chart, you see the pH. If it's less than 7.35, that means 7.34 or lower, you mark it as acidosis. If it's in between 7.35 and 7.45 or itself 35 or 45, you mark it as normal. And if it's more than 7.45, that is 7.46 or up above, you mark it as alkalosis. We do the same thing with partial pressure of carbon dioxide. We just take three things: pH, PCO2 and H2CO3 or bicarbonate. H2CO3, HCO3 minus. It dissolves into proton and this one. Anyway, PCO2, if it's lower than 4, that is 2, 3 or anything, that is alkalosis. If it's in between 4 to 6, that is normal. If it's more than 6, that is acidosis. Why is that? Carbon dioxide is an acidic gas. Remember, carbon dioxide is an acidic gas. We have studied it in our chemistry back in class 10. Now, why it's acidic gas? When it goes into our blood, binds with H2O and forms, this is a both-way reaction, H2CO3. Then H2CO3 breaks down into proton and HCO3 minus. If there is a balance, it will not cause any problem. But the more carbon dioxide goes in, we get more proton. We can say that bicarbonate is also there, but this bicarbonate goes to your gut and these proton will increase the pH. It will be secreted through your gut secretions, bicarbonate, in exchange of chloride. This proton will affect your pH, and pH is minus log of proton. That means the more proton you have, that means the more acid you have, the lower your pH will go. Simple. Just remember that carbon dioxide is an acidic gas and it will contribute to more acids in your blood. The more acid you have in your blood, the lower pH you will have. Now, what happens in bicarbonate? Bicarbonate 22. If it's lower than 22, we have acidosis. If we have 22 to 28 or whatever we said, we will not have this near range. It's normal. And if we have more than 28, it's alkalosis. Alkali. If we have it more in our blood, we are having alkalosis. Now, carbon dioxide enters in our body through respiration. Whatever related to carbon dioxide is respiratory. Whatever related to bicarbonate is metabolic. First thing we do, we assign acidosis, alkalosis to each of the parameters, to each of them. Page 7.27. Just focus on these three parameters in any ABG question. Other things you don't know that. You don't need it at all. You don't need it at all. That is anion gap, this thing, that thing, chloride shift, bicarbonate. Focus on these three things. pH 7.27, bicarbonate 30, carbon dioxide 5. First, we assign everything. pH is more than 7.35 or more than 7.45. Let's say this one's 2 to understand. Okay, right now don't go to any complications. Okay, see, this is lower than normal value. pH is low. First step, what do? We say pH is acidic or alkalotic. Here pH is acidic because it's lower than 7.35. And what about bicarbonate? HCO3 is 30. HCO3 is 30. Acid or alkali. So it's more than normal value. It's alkalosis. Partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 10. Is 10. That means it's higher than normal. That is acidic. We have changed the parameter. Okay, guys. pH is 7.27. Bicarbonate is 30. And carbon dioxide is 10. Carbon dioxide is higher than normal. Bicarbonate is higher than normal. pH is lower than normal. First step, we assign which one's acid, which one's alkali, which one's acid. Only these three parameters. pH here is acidosis, bicarbonate here is in alkalosis, carbon dioxide here is in acidosis. What we do in second step, we match. Which one matches the pH? Only PCO2 matches the pH. This one's acidosis written here, this one's acidosis written here. So this one will be respiratory acidosis. Now what happens whenever there is a respiratory problem? It matched respiratory, that's why it's respiratory acidosis. Now what will we do? We will see about compensation. If pH is in third step, pH is in normal level, it is compensated. If pH is not in normal level, it is not compensated. Here we have pH that is 7.27. So this one is not compensated. Now, if this is not compensated, we will talk about if it is partially compensated or totally uncompensated. When we have a respiratory problem, our metabolic end will compensate. Metabolic end will try to push pH back to normal, then stop. It will just push, like if it's an acidosis, it will just push up to 3.6 and then stop, nothing more. If it's compensating from alkali end, it will push 7.44. It will push from that end. If we draw a chart here, 7.45, 7.45, 35. It will just push here and stop from acid end. From alkali end, it will just push here and then stop. It will not go at the middle. It will just make it 7.44 and stop. That means if you see a picture, if you see an ABG picture and the pH is 7.36 and other parameters are abnormal, just know that it's compensated from this end, acidic end. Anyway, let's go to our compensation. Either partially compensated or not compensated at all. For this, we will go to metabolic marker. Our metabolic marker here is HCO3 minus, which is 30. That means it's more than normal. That means it has started working. It's trying to push or balance the acid by increasing alkali. That means it's trying to compensate, but it's not being able to push the pH to normal still now. So it will be partially compensated. So in short, we brief it. Number 1, pH 7.27, PCO2 8 or 9, 10, HCO3 30. 7.27 is low acidosis. PCO2 is more acidosis. Bicarbonate is more alkalosis. This is our pH and this is our respiratory route and this is our metabolic route. Matches with respiratory. pH matches with respiratory. So this is respiratory acidosis. Second step is matching. Third step is compensation. pH not normal, so this is uncompensated. Either partially compensated or totally uncompensated. For that, we see bicarbonate. HCO3, if it was normal, the answer would be totally uncompensated, going to alkalosis. So this will be partially compensated. And when it's increasing alkali and pH goes to normal, that will be fully compensated. Now, what will be the scenario then? It will rise more. Let's say it goes up to 45. Okay, respiratory still 10. But pH will be 7.36. So, in case of a compensated picture, you will have pH normal from acidic end because it's 7.36. It's near acid. So, from acidic end, and this is our respiratory acidosis and this is metabolic alkalosis. Okay, so you will have very high. In case of respiratory acidosis, you will have this kind of picture. In case of compensation, you will see, first thing you see, from which part it's compensated, acid or alkali. Then match with this one. Go stepwise, we will not have a problem with that. Okay, then let's talk about mixed metabolic and respiratory acidosis. Guys, you master this one. First thing you do, you master this method. Then you will understand what's a mixed. See, 7.27, 10, and 12. We have acid here, we have acid here, we have acid here. So it's mixed. So it mixed because when you are going to match acidosis, it's respiratory acidosis, and you will find metabolic acidosis too. So it's mixed. Very simple. Go stepwise. Every single thing will follow. If you go these three steps: number one, assign if it's acid or alkali. Number two, match. Number three, compensation. In case of mix, there is no compensation. Remember, morphine intoxication. Morphine depresses your respiratory system. So carbon dioxide gets retained. So you get faulty ABG picture, and this question counts in your exam, and we have this question